Ethan is always angry and looking for a fight. He's got a chip on his shoulder. Is Ethan angry because he has a chip on his shoulder, or does he have a chip on his shoulder because he's angry? The first would be strange but literal. The second is idiomatic. Let's explore this American English idiom in more depth. Meaning of the English idiom, chip on your shoulder. To have a chip on your or one's shoulder is to blame someone else or other people in general for something that has happened to you or things that have gone wrong, and to be continuously angry about it, resulting in negative behavior. Also, to be generally angry because you feel that you have been treated unfairly, that you are not as good as other people, or haven't had the same advantages as other people. The Oxford English Dictionary defines it as simply having a long-held grievance. Someone with a chip on their shoulder, like Ethan, seems to be always looking for a fight. Usage of idiom. This idiom is usually used in reference to someone else, not yourself. Only occasionally do people admit to having a chip on their shoulder. It is one of many negative character idioms in English. Often, the expression is followed by the word about, and then the thing is revealed that has caused the person to act in this aggressive, angry way, as in, Mark has a chip on his shoulder about his poor upbringing. This is not required, however. Examples of use. He continually brings up being self-educated and angrily criticizes those with formal schooling. I think he has a chip on his shoulder about not having been to college. That new guy at work sure has a chip on his shoulder. You should see the way he talked to the boss. Mike, I like you and consider you a friend, but sometimes you have a real chip on your shoulder. Retail sales is clearly not the career for someone with a chip on their shoulder. Origin of idiom. Used as an idiom in the United States since the early 1800s. I remember vividly a series of 1970s television commercials for Ever-Ready batteries starring Robert Conrad. He would place an Ever-Ready battery on his shoulder and say, "I dare you to knock this off." Although I struggled to understand what these quirky commercials had to do with selling batteries, they illustrated what may be the origin of this idiom. If you've ever heard someone say, "I dare you to knock this off my shoulder," then you've also heard the supposed origin of this idiom. It is said that in the Old West, boys who wanted to fight another boy would challenge him by placing a chip of wood on their shoulder and daring the other to knock it off, thus initiating a fist fight. This was a decidedly less dangerous version of the practice in merry old England of slapping a man in the face with a glove to challenge him to a deadly duel. And it seems as good a way to avoid a fight as to get into one. If this actually occurred, it is doubtful that it was only in the Old West. More likely, the Wild West just seems a more convincing and romanticized locale. If you found this video helpful and would like to see more, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon. And I'd appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and maybe left me a comment below. And thank you very much for watching.